Let's get the show started, shall we?
Live from BC Children's Hospital in Vancouver, it's the 29th Annual Miracle Weekend.
Yes, welcome inside BC Children's Hospital. You know, this place serves 1 million children living in BC and the Yukon. They treat the severely ill kids, of course, but they also take care of all those smaller things like the bad ear infection that happens at 2:30 in the morning or a broken elbow.
Those things can feel like big things to little people,
For sure.
I'm sure. So for the next 4 hours, all day tomorrow, we will give you an insight into so many heroic stories and how this hospital is such an important place to many families around beautiful British Columbia.
And hey, we're outside in the sunshine. Actually, we got a nice piece of the shade, which is great for Ashley Bodkin and Vancity. Ashley, you're with a child, so you're happy that you have a little bit of relief from that sunshine.
Right now, we got very lucky.
Does that change your perspective about coming to this place and seeing the BC Children's Hospital? And you have a young one, obviously, on the way who you hope is going to be perfectly healthy.
Perfectly healthy, but I'll be at Women's Hospital in September, so it's definitely a big eye-opener coming down here this morning.
Well, Vancity, you've done a lot of great work. Tell us what you've done this year to raise some funds.
The and pin sale again and raised a lot of funds, and then we also did a nice bake sale that raised a lot of funds, and then Caroline also did some homemade cards that she sent out to the staff to sell as well.
Nice. Well, it's nice to have that personal touch. All right, Vancity, you did your job. Let's twist that check over and see what we got. We got $12,000 plus dollars. Great. Thanks so much, Vancity, for doing that.
This is Credit Union's Division. Val Mackey, thanks for coming out on a beautiful day.
Thank you.
Now, you raise money. How have you been raising money? How do you raise money for children?
So collectively, our credit unions have been raising money for over 15 years. We come together. One of our key principles is cooperation, so we come together and have slow pitch tournaments, jersey raffles, branch activities, all sorts of things, Jeans Days, and we play each other out in the field and have some fun in games.
And this is quite a few credit unions, is it?
Yes, it is. There's probably about 30 in BC that participate in our division.
Yeah, and you have people that actually have kids come to this hospital.
Absolutely, and again, I've been touched by either a family or friends being in the...
Well, thank you so much, and let's look at this. Let's do the big unveil, okay? Let's start doing it. It's a 1. It's 9. It's a 5. It's a 2. It's a dollar sign. So $259,381.
Everybody working together.
Much. Over to you, Jeff.
We are pleased to introduce you now to our 2016 champion child. I had a chance to chat with Aiden Chin earlier this evening. 5 years ago, cancer tore apart Aiden's world and forced him into BC Children's Hospital for weeks at a time. But you know what? Cancer couldn't break the deep bond Aiden had with his brother and his friends. In fact, it did quite the opposite.
I don't expect my cancer to come back. It's a new chapter in my life. I guess there is a sense of being a child, being a teen again. So there are times when I do feel free. I don't think I could ever fully go back to what it was like before. Bren was 7 years old and I was only 11, so we both were just kids, right?
I had no clue. I heard the cancer word, I was just like, what is that? Okay, maybe I'm gonna see him tomorrow. My eyes kind of started opening up and I was just like, Aiden's not gonna be here for a while. I'm only gonna see him maybe a couple times a week. It just keeps on going in my head, like what if he was not gonna make it? What if I wasn't gonna see him at home anymore?
There were times when I was feeling really sick and out of it and tired, and there were times when it wasn't always the chemo, it was about how other patients in the hospital were doing.
You don't know what it's like, because I've been through so much pain, but I want to be here for 2 weeks. And they'd be here for 6 months, you say?
And And I was sad that there were other patients and there were other children that were younger than me going through cancers that were harder than mine. Basically, from that point on, I was like, why don't I try to get through it and then hopefully come back, help out. That's what I've basically been trying to do since I finished treatment. I got to join this club at the hospital called the Oncology Teen Group Club. It's something that you can't find out of the hospital. As a survivor, I'm still part of the teen group. There's still a lot of support that I can give to them and they can give to me because there's an understanding that treatment isn't over when you're a survivor. There's still an emotional side of things. You have friends that are going through it, friends that aren't gonna make it through it, and that becomes a reality for you. It's not just over. Brooke was a friend of mine that I met in the hospital, and she became basically a sister to me. Brooke was definitely the closest friend that I had that I lost. The day before she passed away, I did get to see her in the hospital, and I did get to hold her hand, talk to her, and say goodbye, and tell her I loved her one last time. And I don't believe that you can accept something like that. You have to, I guess, learn to cope with it more. Before, I felt like cancer was something that was rare, that one in a ton of kids would be diagnosed, but it's not rare, and there's a lot of kids in oncology, children that are going through what you went through, and pain that is unexplainable. I want to be able to give back to those that have helped me in the hospital, that have made it so that I can go out there and be active and just live my life again.
It's a really good feeling that I could just go home and do something with my brother now. Without Children's Hospital, my brother wouldn't be here, so I'm eternally grateful for them being there.
I'm looking forward to staying connected to the hospital because it's been such a big part, giving back and pursuing the dreams that I have and being able to do that because of BC Children's Hospital.
Miracle Weekend coming to a close, but what a weekend it's been. It's time to check in for a big total, guys.
It is.
Let's do
So
it.
before we do this, though, I really would like to say thanks to all the volunteers working behind the scenes who helped us out.
Yes.
You've been amazing.
Yes. It really is a cast of thousands. So do we want to do this right now?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, let's do it.
All right.
Let's turn the numbers.
Okay. 0, 6, 8, 1, 0. Yeah!
Angels are smiling, lifted by love, awed by the children, exploring their world of pure innocence, pure love. Mothers and fathers whisper their prayers, take joy in knowing that everyone shares their faith and hope and love. Little ones laughing, lost in their play, through grateful eyes you can hear them say, thank you all, thank you, thank you all, thank you. Miracles happen with love and with help from the angel in all of us. Miracles happen, oh yes they do. Here's hoping someday what happens for you, and the peace comes to you from above. Miracles happen with love. Miracles happen with love, and with help from the angel in all of us. Miracles happen, oh yes they do. Here's hoping someday someday one happens for you, and peace comes to you from above. Miracles happen with love.